You know, somebody famous once said, nothing compares to the simple pleasure of a bike ride. Any idea who it was? No, it wasn't me. It was John F. Kennedy that said that. I know, kind of a corny way to introduce a feature, but, well, I'm kind of a corny guy. Today we're going to talk about bicycles and RVs. So, I'm going to finish my ride, and we'll see you back there and talk about it. Okay, we're back. Let me just go change my clothes and talk about bikes. It's probably fair to say that most people, not everybody, most people that RV do have bicycles. And it doesn't matter whether you're full-timing like we are, or if you are a part-timer, camper, weekend warrior, whatever. Most of us have bicycles. Just like most of us have dogs. I say us, we don't, but we do have bikes. And so we want to talk to you a little bit today about the whole bike thing. How do you choose the right bike? How do you carry those bikes? And that's something that we have had to develop a system for ourselves over the last several years of full-timing and bringing our bikes with us everywhere we go. There are a lot of different types of bikes out there, obviously. Not just the difference between e-bikes and traditional pedal bikes, but not that you don't pedal on an e-bike. But aside from that, there's differences of bikes that are going to dictate how it is that you're going to transport them. Like if you're mountain biking, if you're a serious road biker, if you're just dinking around like we do and looking for a little pleasure bicycle, whatever your need is, that's going to play a big part in how you choose your bike and how you choose the way you're going to carry it too. Also, don't feel like you need to get it right the first time and stick with that for the rest of your life. Your reasons for bicycling can change over the years, and hence the type of bikes, the way you transport them as well. So that said, let me tell you a little bit about what we started with, where we are now, and how we got there. When we first started full-time RVing about 5.5 years ago, the bikes that we had then that we really liked a lot were made by Electra, which I think that company is now owned by Trek, but I'm not positive. Anyway, they were called Townies. They were kind of just putting around bikes, and we loved them. And so we brought those with us everywhere we went to begin with. And now, for whatever reason, I did not want to carry them on the back of the RV, and I know that's where most people carry them, but we didn't want them back there. I think maybe I just wanted to keep my eye on them, and I felt like, and I know you have those cameras, like we have a camera up there, but I think it was just, I liked the idea of them being somewhere where I could see them. Anyway, whatever the reason was, I had this idea of putting a hitch receiver on the front of the truck, and then we could carry the bikes that way. And so we had this installed right on the front, and we carried our Townies like that. I didn't really care for it too much. I think I'll find an old photo or video or something and show you what it looked like from inside the cab while we were driving. But I didn't like it because they were in the way a little bit, and they bounced around. And so anyway, we ended up putting one on the back like you see most people do. Now, we ended up trading those in, but trading in is not the right word. We sold them. We sold our Townies, and we found these electric bikes that were very similar, and by that I mean they were a cruiser type bike, real comfortable, big fat saddle, kind of pull back bars, pedal forward, just kicking around kind of bikes, made by Magnum, and they were called the Cruiser, and then my wife had one called the Lowrider Cruiser. Yeah, those we used for quite a while and loved them. We carried them on the back of the RV, and that worked just fine. The camera kept a good eye on them. What I did find that is important is, and let me show you this. So the hitch receiver is right here. The kind of handlebars that we had were up high and near the windows here, and we were afraid that they were going to move around enough just to bash the window in. So we bought a hitch extender that brings us out about 8 inches. That made a big difference. And while I'm on that topic, let me give you a little bit of information that's really useful when if you need to buy a hitch extender, which I like because it gets it out away from the RV. Make sure you get one that's really secure. There's a ton of them out there, and you won't know to look for this if somebody doesn't tell you or you don't already know. But this particular one, there's a ball bearing up in here on this. Inside here, there's a real heavy ball bearing. When you tighten this bolt down, it shoves that ball bearing up really tight against this. And so that can't move around at all. That's critical, because when you put a hitch extender on, you've got this joint and you've got that joint. And so any way that you can strengthen that by making it stable is a good idea. All right, now back to the topic of bikes. I would say, without any question at all, I'll bet you my wife will agree too, maybe we'll go ask her, that those Magnum Cruisers were the most comfortable, fun bikes to ride, and we just rode the heck out of them. I like the full-size bike in terms of stability and comfort. Right now we have folding bikes, I'll show you here in a minute, and I'll explain why we went that way if I feel so strongly about those Magnum bikes. So let me see if I can find Mrs. W and ask her opinion, because this matters if you're thinking about looking for bikes, especially e-bikes. Hey, I was just talking to everybody about the Magnum Cruisers that we just sold to replace with these folding bikes. I loved them. What did you think of them?
I'm so sad we had to sell them.
Yeah? What did you like about them?
Oh, they were so comfortable, the seats especially. And I don't know, I compare it to what we have now, and our folding bikes are great, but they pedal differently.
That pedal forward. I like that.
The pedal forward was nice. This one that we have right now, the pedals are down below your seat, so it's a whole new learning process.
And I'll show you that here shortly. I'll pull them out of the shed and let you look at them.
But yeah, they were great bikes.
All right, so it's unanimous. We both loved them. All things being equal, I think we both, I would say, we liked them for riding. I'd say that we liked them better than what we have now. Would you say that?
I would agree with that.
Okay. Now we'll explain why then did we buy different bikes. So why would we get rid of these bikes then if we loved them so much? Well, there's a good answer. Mrs. W had the idea that she wanted to bring our big, beautiful blue patio chairs with us when we travel. And I have to say, I agree. They're so much more comfortable than these camp chairs that we typically sit in. But that meant we had to get a big carrier for them, and we did find one. And we even have a big bag that goes in here. It's pretty cool if you could see it. I'm not going to get it out and show you. But you set it in there, and then you put the chairs on it, and then you actually zip it over the chairs, and it creates a watertight bag for the chairs. And it's pretty heavy duty too. It's like that material that you would see on some of these rafts. So that is why we got rid of the big e-bikes that we had and got these smaller folding e-bikes. So let me show you what we did end up getting. These are made by Ride One Up. This model is called Portola. I don't have the battery on it, but you don't need the battery for this. But you can see these are nice and compact. What's great, I don't really want to fold it up for you right now, but you get the gist of it. It folds right here, comes around, the handlebars will drop all the way down, and then you can easily put them in the back. We put them in the back of her car, and it works really great. But we do it in the back of the truck. They're still a little bit long from front to rear tire to go in the back seat of the truck, and I'll show you how we do that in a minute. But Mrs. W got the brilliant idea of popping the front tire off, and then we just put, do I have one here? I don't, yeah. And we put one of these there in place of the tire, and then we're able to just like scoot them into the back of the truck. It works brilliantly. All right, now let me show you how we put them into the truck. Not in the back. We don't carry them in the bed of the truck. We put them actually inside, and this works really well. So, little hack here. This cover actually is a pet cover for your seat. It's designed so when this seat is down, the cover goes over it, and then this hooks around these headrests and around those headrests, and it keeps the dog or cat or whatever from being able to get under your seats and creating a problem that way. They're really great. We used it for a number of years when we had a little dog, and keeping her, you know, located in one spot. But this turned out to work really well for the bikes, because what I'll do is it protects the seats here, you can see. So we'll take one bike and we'll slide it right in like this, and then we bring this up in between the two bikes and attach it to the first bike that's in here, and then I'll slide the other bike in right on this floor mat here, and now we have this barrier between the two bikes and this barrier protecting the seats. Then I just put a little ratchet strap on it and just tighten it down just enough to keep them from swaying. It works fantastic. So that's our solution right there. Now, one little word about these Ride One Up Portela folding bikes that we should stay. Not dissing on them at all. They're fantastic bikes. In fact, Angela, didn't you say that you felt more stable on these bikes? And I think that's because it's a smaller frame, would you say? Is that why?
I believe so, but I think it has something to do with the tires, because now I can turn a corner easier.
Okay, to get a tighter turn.
Yeah, and before with big tires, and maybe I'm sitting more forward. I don't know.
Okay.
I do know that it's more stable for me.
Okay.
I'm not a stable
Okay.
rider.
I think maybe some of it was that because she's a smaller frame person too, that that big bike was a big bike, and these are small bikes. I look at myself on them, and I kind of resemble a circus bear, but that's okay. The deal was here for us that it's a good compromise. We either had to just flat out give up bicycling, right? Or we had to figure out a way that we could compromise. We didn't want to give up bicycling, and this way we get the best of both worlds. We get to take our nice patio furniture with us. We still get to ride bicycles. Maybe I don't get to ride as far as comfortably as we did before, but I think they're pretty good, and we enjoy them. They're well built, and I find them comfortable too. So that's our story, and we're sticking to it. A couple more comments before we close this video on bicycles. And that is, clearly there is not a one size fits all. You're going to find out the best way that works for you in carrying your bicycles. As you saw from this video, it took a few tries, one thing and another, trying to figure out what worked the best for us. And right now this is where we are. It could change again, we don't know. If you don't have big fluffy patio furniture that you're hauling around, well, carrying them on the back of the RV is probably going to work just great. But if you do have big fluffy patio furniture that you want to carry on the back of your RV, then maybe the solution that we came up for ourselves could work for you. Anyway, I hope this video finds you well and worked good for you in terms of helping you figure out how to handle bicycles with your RV, and we'll catch up with you on the next one.